Hey YouTube, Saved by the Blood 2020 here. Um, so I wanted to get into chastisement. Okay, chastisement, and by golly, I know this one. Okay, believe you me, I have dealt with some chastisement. Okay, chastisement is the act of scolding or punishing someone. If you talk back to your stern teacher, you won't be surprised by the chastisement that follows. So that's putting it in, a sentence for comprehension. But just think about what that is, because God uses chastisement in a big way. And I'll tell you, I have experienced chastisement. Because if you're one of God's people, if you're one of God's children, this is a necessary, it's very necessary for you to go through chastisement, but it's out of love. And I've came to realize that. Okay, I want to put it in perspective for you. Say, you're working a good job, got a good salary, you just got promoted, and you're very prideful and vain about that, though. Like, in the spirit of pride, Satan says, God, man, you got it all now. And you let that get to you. And he says, man, like, you're going to be running this place soon. Like, so you get cocky and prideful and arrogant, and you let that spirit overtake you. You start acting, some people, you come off as a narcissist, to some people, but literally, that spirit of pride overtakes you. Well, if you're one of God's children, he's going to knock you on down because it's out of love, because it's a form of bondage in the end. Like, he does not want you to continue living in sin. Pride is sin. I don't care whether it's not idolatry or sexual immorality. Anything that you give your life over to is idolatry, okay? Like, if it's taking you over to that extent where it's controlling your life, you are in bondage, and that is idolatry at the core. Okay? That's what I want you to know. So, it came in the form of chastisement. Okay? And it starts as a little, you might get demoted, a little slap on the wrist, but then, you keep sinning and you're rebellious, and you say, I'm going to keep doing what I want. I'm going to keep living in sin. I'm going to keep living of the world and keep doing drugs because it feels good. Okay? Because I'm hard-headed and I know better. So what then happens next? You lose a little bit more. Maybe your tire goes flat, you get in an accident, and you're late to work or something. I'm just giving examples of how God works. And then that's how he works. And then you lose your job completely. Or you get drug tested. You lose your job completely. Okay? And then you just keep living in sin. And you keep rebelling. And God chastises you a little more. He takes a little more from you and a little more till you get it. Okay? And that's what he did with me. He was like, son, I'm going to keep taking it and taking it and taking it until you have nothing, until you know that I'm in control of your life. That's what he told me. He said, I'm in control, son, and you're not going to do what you want to do because it's sinful as hell, and you're going to live for me because that's the deal we made before you came into this world. We made a deal, and I need you today. I need you in this time, in this hour. That's what he told me. So basically, I had to give it all over, but it wasn't just like, I was rebelling against God, and he was just giving me enough, and he would just, give you enough rope, and then he starts pulling it. Now, if you're just completely given over, there's no hope, and you are not part of God's kingdom, then he'll just, you'll get to the top. That's what I'm saying. You'll get to the top. You'll get to the big positions, but you'll also give over. You're not getting to those positions without engaging in some sin. Now you're not getting to those great money making roles in these huge Fortune 500 companies without initiating into the brotherhood. Now you're gonna you're going to serve Lucifer, and you're going to serve him good. Okay? You're not going to just be a good boy. You know, you're going to have to sin a little, and then it's going to get a little bit more. But, you know, if you're in that situation and you're one of God's chosen, then he's going to take you out of that situation. And yeah, it might be painful. It might be really painful. I mean, you might lose a lot of income. You might lose a lot of materials. But in the end, what you didn't lose is this, your soul. That's the thing. Like, you need to understand the importance of your soul. It's immaterial. It's eternal. And you cannot, nobody can take it away. Okay? That's the one thing. But you can give it away. And that's what a lot of people do. They give it away. Okay? Through their immoral acts. Okay, and they just keep rebelling and they never wake up. But I mean, God's got a plan for you and you have a destiny. And I truly believe that, but just because of like my own life and how things have worked out and how, like, I don't know, you have a destiny is what I'm saying. And if you are for this kingdom that is coming, God is going to make sure. You might not realize it right now, because I sure didn't. But once things start unfolding, but they're never going to unfold until you turn away from your wicked ways. That's the thing. And they're never going to unfold because you're basically like you're like on God, and God's like, well, you know, that's cool. And he gives you over. You keep doing what you want. That's what it is. It's like you slap God in the face and he's not going to slap you back, but he's going to just say, well, all right, Satan, you have him for a little bit. He hasn't learned yet. That's how he operates. That's how it's been with me. I can guarantee you that. And I'm finally getting it because I was sick of, you know, basically spitting on God, because that's what you're doing when you're basically, he's trying to work with you and mold you and you're feeling this weird, but then you still keep giving in to your wicked ways, to your carnal self. He'll wake you up eventually, because believe you me, you were either destined for this or you weren't. So, I mean, if you're destined for it, he's still working on, we're still on a linear time frame in this earth. He exists out of time, out of space, but you know, while we're here, we are living on a linear time frame. So he's got to wake you up sooner or later. And, you know, his methods might get more intense, more strategic, but eventually he's going to get to you. I promise you. If you are one of God's chosen, he's going to get to you eventually. All right. Because it's, you know, your destiny, and it's inevitable that he doesn't take gambles. That was he doesn't gamble. That was the Jezebel priestess. They were the ones gambling. God's not a gambling man. He only goes for sure bets. He's like Rain Man, okay? When he's in Las Vegas, God only goes for a sure thing, okay? That's what I'm telling you. You know, he's not going for he's not going for those odds without Rain Man. So you might need to watch the movie, but you know, God's only going for a sure thing. So, you know, that's what, and thank God, because it's a good thing. And once you realize it and come to that understanding, you're thankful of it, because you realize that before you were ever formed in the womb, God had a plan for your soul, okay? For your spirit, okay? So, and I've came to that conclusion, and buddy, I am thankful for it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and in the video, it'll probably be one of the last one for tonight. And please like and subscribe to keep getting these messages. And please keep our country, our president, our leaders in your prayers. It's very important, okay? And that's going to go ahead and conclude everything. I thank you for watching. And keep me in your prayers as well. Thank you.